Thanks a lot, Alex. Siobhan, we're standing just across the street here from First Baptist Church. There's a vehicle here blocking our side toward the church itself, but the hearse is over on the other side there. We've seen the color guard outside. Just here on the other side of the camera is an honor guard of Charlotte-Mecklenburg police officers who are standing at attention and saluting as they prepare to bring the casket out here and put it into the hearse. Just the outpouring of support here, Caroline, has been phenomenal. The people who have lined the streets here to be here to show their support. I don't think a lot of people were able to get into the church itself. I mean, you were inside there. How full was it?
It was standing room only. I was on the balcony, surrounded by a lot of CMPD officers, as well as people who were lining the rows to get up to the balcony. I mean, this is truly standing room only. And as I exited, even just in the main entrance of the church, it was filled with people. So many people wanting to come out and show their support.
And there have been so many people who have come here from other states across the United States. I saw police officers from Chicago here. I saw police officers from Fort Worth, Texas here. I've seen officers from across North Carolina and South Carolina, seen them along the East Coast, all sorts of different officers. And these motorcycles we have behind us here, these are units from many different law enforcement offices across North Carolina, all here to show their support for Joshua Eyer.
That's right. And I will say, sitting in the balcony, I was surrounded by a lot of CMPD officers, and it was very emotional to see them getting so emotional, hearing from the people who knew Joshua Eyer best, and hearing just his incredible legacy. One thing that really stuck out to me is when one of his fellow officers who spoke said, addressing CMPD and the whole law enforcement community, do not let this deter you, because that is not what Officer Eyer would want. I found that to be just incredibly touching, that, you know, Officer Eyer paid the ultimate sacrifice, but he would not want what happened to him to deter any of his fellow officers.
And I think the other thing that struck me about this is it is a celebration of life. Is Officer Eyer apparently had a very wry, dry sense of humor.
Right.
He was a Star Wars fan. He liked comic books, DC and Marvel, and he would argue that Batman would beat Superman. I mean, that's what you want to remember. You remember all those good, wonderful things, the joy and that he brought to everyone's life. And he apparently loved everyone. He could be a curmudgeonly kind of guy, apparently, at times. But he was also the kind of guy who would lift you up and who would support you no matter what. One of his friends talking about how he lost his home, his mother standing out there, yet Josh came out and helped out so much, drove to New York with the mother. So just so many things. He reached out the epitome of what a police officer is, and that is someone who sacrifices and who is willing to give and doesn't consider it a sacrifice to help others. And that's what all these police officers out here behind us, in front of us, it's just an amazing group of people. It's a true brotherhood. A family, though, is what they call it. I've been saying brotherhood and sisterhood. It's a real family of people who are bonded together by a sole purpose, and that is to protect us.
Absolutely. And we also heard over and over again that they will, everyone who knew him will spend the rest of their lives making sure that his son Andrew knew what a hero his father was. We heard that from his wife. We heard it from his friends and his fellow officers. He took that role as father so seriously, and they are absolutely dedicated to ensuring that his son will know for the rest of his life what an incredible, incredible hero he was.
Yeah, he was absolutely a hero. They're all heroes. He sacrificed and gave his all, but we have so many other officers out here as well who are willing to do the very same thing. They run toward the danger. And I don't know how many people could honestly say to themselves that they could do that under the same circumstances. It's just something that it is just within all these police officers, that they are willing to do what is necessary to get the job done and to protect us all. That's what they want to do.
It takes an incredibly special, selfless person to be willing to serve as a police officer, and that clearly is who Officer Eyer was. I mean, we heard just from everyone what a selfless person he was. One of his friends said he would put his hat in the ring for the jobs that no one else really wanted to do. I mean, he clearly loved what he did.
He really did. And Chief Jennings was speaking there too, and he talked about how he can't explain what it is about a person person who is willing to do this. It's just the fact there is something within them that says, I want to help others in this community. I want to help protect this community. I want the best of this community. And that's what Joshua Eyer was all about. He was about uplifting this community, and he put his heart and soul into it, and he made the ultimate sacrifice. And I'm looking behind us here. We can see that many other officers and other law enforcement personnel have gathered, and they are giving a salute as the casket is going to be coming out here. I also want to mention, though, we've seen Charlotte Fire out here. We've seen medic out here. We've seen forest rangers out here. We've seen military personnel out here. Just so many different people, as well as just ordinary civilians, folks who had no idea who he was, may not have even lived in that North Tryon division, and were here to show their support and to uplift him and to show their respect for Officer Eyer and what he has done for this community.
Absolutely. And I will say Chief Jennings listed every agency that went out to support on Monday. Davidson, Cornelius, Huntersville, Mint Hill, Matthews, Pineville, Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office, and North Carolina State Highway Patrol. So everyone heard those calls coming in, and they went straight towards it to help each other.
Mm-hmm. It just goes to show, that they are prepared and they are ready to act in a moment's notice. It is an instinct within them to move and to do this. They don't think about it. And right now, we may be getting another. Earlier today, you may have heard some of the helicopters here. There was a flying formation of Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department Snoopy, and that's what I'm seeing going over right now above us. You may be able to hear that. So we've got this flyover going. We're going to have a procession here, which will be led by these motorcycle units that are behind us.
Incredible presence out here.